You've likely heard all about Claude Code and that you should be using Claude Code, right? Maybe you've even opened it up and you probably saw this kind of interface, realized that you don't know what any of it means, and you just went back to using regular Claude. But here's the thing, Claude Code isn't just for developers. In fact, it's the tool that you should be using if you want to reliably get results from AI in your business, even if you're non-technical. You'll wonder how you ever live without using it in the first place. And that's why in this video, I'm going to explain Claude Code to you in a way that I wish someone had explained it to me when I first started using it. And I'm going to walk you through 4 things in the video here: what Claude Code is actually for, the easiest way to get into it, the one file that makes it super powerful, and how to work with it once you're in. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Rick Mulready, and for the past 12 and a half years, I've been coaching online business owners how to grow and scale their business to 7 figures. And for the past 3.5 years, I've been teaching them how to leverage AI in their business. And I do that both inside my AI Playbook community, as well as my upcoming AI operating system cohort. More information on that in the description below. Okay, so let's start with what you need to know right up front here. Claude Code is not a fancier version of Claude that you already use. It's a different kind of tool with a different job. That's how I look at this. Regular Claude is built for a conversation, a chat, if you will. You ask, it answers, you go back and forth with it. Claude Code, though, is built to do the work. It works with files and folders that you give it access to that live on your computer, that it actually builds things from, and it can make changes in there for you. One is a really smart assistant, normal Claude, that you chat with. And the other, Claude Code, you can still chat with it, by the way, but it's closer to an operator that does the job inside your business. So let me show you what I mean, starting with the most basic question of all. The first thing to get straight is when you even reach for Claude Code instead of regular Claude. Simple rule: if what you need is mostly words or thinking, like write this email or what have you, stay in regular Claude, it's fine. You open Claude Code, on the other hand, when whatever you're making needs to stick around, when it has to live in a file, for example, get reused, get improved later, or become a process that you run again and again in your business. Maybe it's a sales page, maybe it's a weekly content workflow, maybe it's a set of customer research that you keep coming back to, and everything that you're doing in your business is based on that research. And by the way, you might be thinking right now, but Rick, why not Claude Cowork instead of Claude Code? Well, I've used Cowork. I've done plenty of videos here on Cowork on the channel here. And for me, Claude Cowork is slow. It's buggy. I don't have any insight into the context window like I do in Claude Code. And it just seems less flexible. Okay, so how do you actually get Claude Code running? Well, there are a few ways to use it, but the easiest by far, especially if you are not technical, is inside an app called VS Code. And I want to walk you through this from a completely fresh start, like you've never touched any of this before, so you can follow along and have it running today. So there are 3 steps to all this. Step number 1, download VS Code. It's a free app from Microsoft. You grab it from their site, which you're looking at right here. I'll leave the link in the description below. And you install it on your computer like anything else. Now, step number 2, inside of VS Code here, which is exactly what this is here, you want to add the Claude Code extension. Now, obviously, I've already done that here, but I want to show you exactly how to do it. There's an extensions panel over here. It's like the building blocks right here. You just click on this, and in the search bar, you just start typing in Claude Code, and you'll see the first option here, Claude Code for VS Code. And you hit install. Now, one thing to know going in, once it's installed, it's going to prompt you, do you want to use your paid Claude plan, your subscription, or do you want to use your Anthropic API? You won't have access to Claude Code if you're on the free plan. So if you're on a paid subscription, that's the way that I recommend using Claude Code inside of VS Code. So you'll choose the option to connect it to your current subscription, and then you'll authorize that, you'll log in, it'll kick you out to your browser, and you just authorize it and log in right there. And then you're ready to go. And step 3, and this is the one that makes everything else work. You wanna give Claude access to a folder on your computer. You pick one folder on your computer to be your workspace, your home base, and you open it in VS Code. Now, if you don't have a folder already on your computer that you want to give Claude Code access to, go ahead and create that on your, wherever you want on your computer. So for me, I just call it Claude Code. You can see the different files and folders that I have in that directory. So when you're first starting with it, you're going to see a screen like this. You can just click on open, and I'm going to choose Claude Code. For me specifically on this one here, I'm just gonna go ahead and choose hierarchy test. I'm gonna click on open. So now by doing that, I've given Claude Code access to all of these files and folders that are on my computer. And so for me personally, how I use it, I use two different directories here in VS Code. One is called projects. This is more of the coding and so forth that I'm doing and building. And then I also have given it access to my entire Obsidian vault. And this is where I work out of 99% of the time. So now down the left side here, I've got a sidebar with everything that's in my Obsidian vault, for example. It doesn't have to be Obsidian for you. It could just be your folder on your computer. Once it's running, you open Claude right here next to your files, and you watch its changes happening live in the actual file as it works. So if you want to create new folders and files, you can just tell Claude Code to do that and it will do that for you. This is the whole reason that VS Code for me beats every other way of using Claude Code. You're never flying blind here. Now, one last setup thing, because it trips people up, right? If you've already built skills in regular Claude or in Cowork, you know, those little reusable instructions, those recipes, if you will, they don't automatically show up over in Claude Code when you're outside of the desktop app, for example. You have to bring them across. You could have Claude save it as a file. So for example, I'm in Cowork right now, and I'm just telling it to download the YouTube Growth Engine skill as a file so I can upload it into Claude Code. I'm gonna click on Go, and it will create a downloadable file for me. So now I can just click on Save Skill right here. It'll download it to my computer, and then I can move it right into my skills folder that I've given Claude Code access to. And so now from then on, Claude Code has access to that same skill. So yes, it's an extra step, but it's super easy to bring those skills over that you are using, maybe that you've created in regular Claude or in Claude Cowork. Now this part here, this is where most people's eyes glaze over, and it's a mistake because this is the piece that does the heavy lifting for you. It's a single file called claude.md. Now ignore the name, right? The way I think about it, it's just a set of instructions that you're giving to Claude for how you want it to act and what you want it to do. It's one place where you write down everything that you're tired of explaining to AI over and over and over. Your brand voice, what you sell, who your customer is, and how they talk, for example, the way that you run things. You're never to do this set of rules, for example. Now, you're not putting all of that written all out into your claude.md file, because the more concise the file is, the better, because Claude is going to be reading this file every single time that you are chatting with it. And if you've seen my video on the information hierarchy, this is that whole idea finally getting a real home. In regular Claude, you're having to reintroduce yourself every single time. Here with Claude Code, you said it once and it sticks. So for example, with my claude.md file, I'm telling Claude what the purpose is of this file, how to use this file, and being conscious of token usage. I tell it how to route different tasks. So for example, if we're writing a newsletter, we're gonna use this specific command and go to this file that explains that particular project. I also tell it what all the folders I have given it access to are. So for example, daily projects, people, I'm just telling Claude what is in those files and why they're there. Now, before anything else, let me clear up the mistake that most people make. They jump in and just start firing off commands in Claude Code and then wonder why Claude went and did something that they didn't want it to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. There are 3 habits that change everything. First is start in plan mode. So right here in Claude Code, you have access to different modes. So if I click on it, I'm gonna see a whole bunch of different modes here. And we're gonna focus right now on the plan mode. By the way, if you're on a Mac, I don't know if this works on a PC, but I'm using a Mac. I can do Shift Tab and I can scroll through each of these modes. Just a little trick there. So if I select plan mode, instead of Claude running off and doing the thing, what it will do is it's gonna lay out a plan for you first. You read it, you tweak it, then you tell it to go. So let's take a quick, really easy look at what plan mode will look like when you start using it. So I'm just gonna ask it a really simple question. I want you to create a simple skill that checks my email inbox each day, processes it, and then delivers a report to me in Slack. So I've just spoken that out. Now I'm gonna click on Go. And again, because it's in plan mode, it will start to come up with the plan. And as you can see here, it's starting to ask me questions. What should the daily email report actually do for you? And you just go through and start answering the questions. And then from there, it will show you the plan that is put together. And it will tell you, or it'll ask you to either accept it, make edits to it, and then accept it, or just give it complete feedback. The key here is that you're not wasting tokens on it going to do something that you didn't really want it to do in the first place. Second, you can switch models right in the middle of a task in a chat. Let's just say you hit a really hard part in the workflow or the task where Claude's helping you. You can move up to a stronger model. Doing something quick and simple, drop down to a faster one, which is going to be cheaper. Same conversation, nothing restarts. So I'm just gonna type in, I want you to help me create a new workflow for my business. So now what I can do is I can go into the little / box here and I can switch the model. So I'm already using the Opus 4.8 model, 1 million token context window. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna crank up the effort a little bit. It's already on high, so you have the different effort levels. I'm gonna kick it up 1 to high. You have extra high, you have max, and then you have ultra code. So what I like to do, going back to this, is I like to use the plan mode using a more powerful model of Claude and a slightly higher effort level. Again, depends on what I'm doing with it. But for here, I want you to help me create a new workflow for my business. Okay, great. I'm gonna click on go. It's gonna ask me all kinds of questions because this is super broad. And then I would just keep going through and answering the questions here. Now, let's just say that I hit a point where we're done brainstorming. It's put together the plan for me. I'm happy with it. But now I wanna switch to a lesser model, if you will. So I can just go in here and I can switch the model mid-chat. So I can just go down to Sonnet, for example. I can click on, all right, I'm gonna bump it down to medium. You'll see here that we've switched to a different model right in the middle of the chat, right in the middle of the task, which I love the opportunity to do that because it doesn't start a new conversation, doesn't make me restart anything like that. It's a real power move when you're using Claude Code. Third, and this is the one that I would never give up on, is you can see the context window when using Claude Code. You can see how full Claude's memory is, if you will, and how much room is left. If you use the chat style, normal Claude chat, or even Claude Cowork, you're flying blind there. You don't have any insight into how much context window that you have used in a single chat. And that is a huge difference because the more context window that you're using up in a single chat, the dumber that Claude is getting along the way. And I've covered that a lot here on the channel. So when the context window starts to fill up, once it gets to about 55% full, what you can do is you can type in /compact, and it will compact the conversation. Now, I'm not gonna go into compacting on this video because I've done it in other videos. I'll link to it right here. So by using this feature inside of Claude Code, you have way more control, and you are not able to do that in normal Claude chat or in Claude Cowork. So let me show you all of this on something real instead of just talking about what we've been talking about. So here I am, again, inside of VS Code using Claude Code. And here is, I'm gonna go into my projects here, and I'm gonna pull up my meta ads. And so I've started a file which is ICP hook ideas that are based on my ideal customer profile. What I'm also going to pull up and open up here is research that I've done on when I did 11 and a half hours of one-on-one calls with my ideal customers inside my AI playbook. And I transcribed all those calls. So I have this amazing analysis of my ICP. So I'm just going to right click, I'm going to copy the path. I'm going to give that path to the file to Claude Code. And I'm just going to say, I want you to use my transcript analysis of my ICP to update my ICP hook ideas for meta ads. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, copy that path for my hook ideas. And I'm just going to put it right there in parentheses. So I'm just giving it access to these two files. And I'm just asking a simple question for what I want it to do. It's just analyzed all those transcripts, and now it's asking me some specific questions. So how should I update the hooks file, update counts, and add new hooks recommended? So go ahead and click yes. And now it's making those changes right now, and it will add it directly to my file of ICP hook ideas. And just like that, it's telling me that it's updated the markdown file of these hooks, refreshed the original 15 and added 10 new hooks across 5 new categories in my file. Now, here's the takeaway on this. Notice what I didn't do. I didn't have to go find files somewhere and like copy the actual content and paste it in. I didn't have to do any of that. I didn't have to re-explain my voice or my offer or about my business or about my ICP. I pulled all of that from my files, from my business brain, if you will, right here within VS Code. And it worked on the real file instead of handing me a copy to move around myself. and I could check it the whole way. I was able to watch exactly what it was doing and could stop it if it was doing or going off in a direction I didn't want it to go. And this is a huge differentiator between using Claude Code, especially inside of VS Code, and using Claude Chat or Cowork. So that's the whole thing. What Claude Code is for, where it lives, the one file that gives it a brain. Remember, we call it the claude.md file, and how you actually work with Claude Code inside of VS Code. This is all stuff that I wish someone had handed me when I first started. So again, if you're an online entrepreneur and you're looking to install an AI operating system into your business, that is exactly what we do within the first 30 days of when you join my AI Playbook community, which I'll link to in the description below. As always, thanks so much for watching today's video. Super appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.